What's going on, people? I hope you're all doing good. I'm so sorry for not uploading anything last week. A lot happened personally, so that's why I didn't upload anything. But I have seen a couple things. I watched The Penguin. I haven't seen Moana 2 yet. I will be seeing that very soon, don't worry. But I did want to talk about a film that I saw last week. One that genuinely surprised me to the core. And that film is Wicked. Now, I think I've said this quite a few times on the channel. I'm not the biggest musical guy. Like, I don't hate them. Like, I'm not, get rid of them. They're just not my thing. Like, even like the really good ones, they're just not for me. And after seeing crap like Joker Folly Do, my expectations for them have really not risen. But after last week, I think I'm a fraud. And the reason is because I actually liked two musicals in a row. I know, it's astonishing. What is this sorcery? I watched Wicked, as I said, and for university I watched the classic film Singing in the Rain. This is a film that I knew about, but I didn't really know anything about it, but we've had to watch it for assessments or something. And I really liked it. And I was shocked. I'm like, what is going on here? Why am I liking musicals? This is not me. But I'm not talking about Singing in the Rain. I think if you've seen it, you know it's great. It's a 9 out of 10 movie. I absolutely loved it. I want to talk about Wicked. Because I went into this with zero expectations and came out absolutely over the moon. Now, I haven't watched the play. In fact, I didn't even know this was based off a play. And this film is bigger than I thought it was going to be. I did not know Wicked was this big. I mean, I knew Wizard of Oz. I mean, of course, Wizard of Oz is a classic, but I had no idea that this was so popular. So, going into this film, seeing a full-packed cinema was kind of shocking to me. But honestly, this movie's popularity is very much justified. This is a movie that I'm so glad is doing well, and I'm really excited for the sequel coming out next year. I had a blast with this movie. If you don't know what this story is about, it basically tells the story of how the Wicked Witch of the West turned wicked. And it kind of shows that Oz was the main reason for that to happen. And it kind of plays around with what is evil, how can we interpret evil? And it also fits in themes like discrimination, popularity, class. It does a lot. But honestly, the story flows really well. Popular versus unpopular is the big theme of this movie. I think it handles it really well. And I really did like the dynamics between our two main characters. Elphaba and Galinda are two very opposite sides of the spectrum, but you really like their friendship that develops throughout the movie, and it's very natural, it's very understandable, and I really did like their arcs, especially Elphaba's. Her turning to evil, and I'm using quotation marks because I don't want to spoil anything if you've not seen this movie, but you understand why she turns to the dark side a little bit. I honestly thought the character writing was done really well, and I did like the ending to this film. This is a part 1, and it wasn't exactly marketed like that because I know part 1 and part 2s don't really bode well with general audiences. You feel like, oh, this film's going to end on a really big cliffhanger, it's going to really piss me off. But honestly, the ending kind of felt like a proper finale. I feel if you didn't know that part 2 was coming out or you didn't want to go see it, I honestly think you'd be satisfied with the ending of this story. However, I didn't really like everything about this story. I do think that the character called Fiyero, or Fiero, I apologise if I said it wrong, Galinda's boyfriend, he doesn't really do much in the movie. He kind of has a little bit of a side plot with Elphaba. But to be honest, you could cut him out of the movie completely and honestly, nothing would really change. Now, the musical part of this film was really where it was going to be hit and miss for me. I've always said that musicals will either be really bad or really good. There's no in between for me. And I'm happy to say that, for the most part, the songs were really good. In fact, a couple were so good that I've added them to my Spotify playlist, which is something that I never do. So, it's a big win in this case. However, one complaint I do have with the music is that sometimes characters will just be speaking normally, and then they'll just go into song for like 2 lines. They'll just be speaking like da 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 and then la da da da. And I don't know why, it just came out of nowhere. And this movie does unfortunately have the big criticism that I have with nearly every musical. It's use of auto-tune. I've always said that musicals should not be able to be using auto-tune. I don't like the fact that they use it. I know auto-tune is used in like every big song nowadays. It's fine for that. But in musicals, the characters don't have auto-tune on the voices, so don't put it on them. Let the actors sing. But thankfully, even with the auto-tune, you know that the actors are damn good at singing. I mean, I don't think I need to tell you that Ariana Grande was good, but she did hit notes that I did not know she could hit. Honestly, if I didn't like her music enough, I do now. And yes, I do like Ariana Grande. Do not be judging. But Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. She was better than Ariana Grande in the singing department, which is something I didn't know was possible. The final song, Defying Gravity, that final note she hit, I can't lie, that was like, whoa! It had a few tears coming out my eyes. I will open up about that. Unfortunately, something I didn't like about this movie as much as I wanted to was its direction and the cinematography. Now, there's nothing bad with how this movie's directed. Like, it's competent directing, it's competently shot. There's no, like, weird editing or anything like that. It's just kind of stale. Like, there's nothing, like, big or fancy with how the camera moves or how shots are, like, done. It's kind of just basic. And while basic is not bad at all, with a musical, I kind of think you've got to go a bit overboard and do something different, which this movie never does, unfortunately. I do, however, appreciate that they use as many practical effects as possible. Like, that train is practical, which I did not know until I read it up. Absolutely brilliant. The costumes look really good. The backgrounds, Oz look really nice too. Honestly, and even with the CGI looked really good for the most part. Honestly, I did like how Oz looked. I think they captured the style and spirit of it really well. So yeah, overall, Wicked is one of the biggest surprises of the year for me. In fact, it might be the biggest. Because I went into this thinking, it's not going to be my thing. Even though I've seen the great reviews it's got, may not be my thing, I probably won't enjoy it. But I came out absolutely ecstatic and with a big smile on my face. It's emotional, it's brilliantly told. The music is overall really good. It looks really good, at least the sets do. Yeah, it's not directed fancy or anything like that, but it's still competent. Honestly, go see this film. If you like the play, I mean, I've never seen it. I don't know if it's fairly accurate to it, but I'm pretty sure you'll like this. And if you're just a big Wizard of Oz fan in general, you'll like this too. Honestly, I had a blast with this. Go see Wicked. It's going to get an 8.5 out of 10 from me. And yeah, guys, that's it for the end of this review. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have seen Wicked, do let me know your thoughts on it. Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a good day. And see you later.